Hello creators, welcome to another video. In today's video we are using the stamp set Beautiful World to create a fun card. This card was made for a color challenge for the creators blog hop for July of 2020, and we were limited to 5 of these colors in this graphic. From Tropical Nights was our theme, and the colors that we were able to use include Basic Black, Basic Gray, Rococo Rose, Night of Navy, and So Saffron. I decided to use 3 of those colors on this original card that I was going to make. I wanted to do a double Z fold, and I wanted to have kind of a sunset background. And once I got all of my pieces stamped and cut out and placed onto this Z fold card, I just wasn't quite feeling it. And I'm sure we all have days like that. I decided to abandon ship, so to speak, on this card, and I went with my old standard clean background with a simple design. And I have to say, I really like how the new card that I chose turned out. So on this card, I decided to use a piece of very vanilla cardstock. I cut that in half at a standard card base 5.5 by 8.5, and I scored it in the middle at 4 1/4. Once I was done with that, I cut another piece from the other half of that cardstock, and I trimmed it down to a card mat to go on the front. So this piece measured 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. All of the measurements and materials I used today can be found on my blog at MKre8tions.com. Once I was done with that, I decided to emboss the card mat to go on the front of the card with the Old World paper embossing folder. So I ran that through my embossing machine, and I love the way that this turned out. This paper is so gorgeous, and I love this texture. It looks really great with the Beautiful World stamp set, as well as several other stamp sets from our catalog. With that cardstock embossed, I wanted to distress it a little, so I took one of my sponge daubers and some Night of Navy ink, and I just gently rubbed over the raised surface of this cardstock. I burnished the score lines with my bone folder, and then I took the brand new Stampin seal and I used that to adhere to my card base. I really love the new Stampin seal. It works so well, and the Stampin Seal Plus is perfect for making my own envelopes. As soon as I had my distressed piece on top of my card base, I pulled out a couple of the images I stamped from my first attempt at a card, and I wanted to play with the placement to see what I liked. I remembered that I had a scrap piece of paper from the coordinating DSP pack, so I pulled that out, and I also wanted to use the stickers from the Memories and More card pack. This is a perfect use for a quick card that still coordinates beautifully because I used the products from the same Sweet collection. Once I was happy with the placement, I took some glue dots to adhere my Designer Series paper down to the textured surface. I find that glue dots stick really well to raised textures like this. And then I used some Stampin' Dimensionals to adhere my sentiment on top of that. I wanted to add a bit of flair to the inside of this card, so I took one of the globes from the stamp set and I stamped that in Night of Navy, and I put that into the corner of the card. I thought the little globe on the front was just a little too white for the vanilla tones I had going on, so I took some residual ink from my Night of Navy ink dauber and I just daubed that around a little bit. I think that it made it look a little less stark white. And here's the finished card. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a good one. Bye!